Hello everybody and welcome to our straw panel farmhouse build. Yes, our farmhouse here that we're building is made with straw panels, kind of a modern take on a straw bale home. But I wanted to give an update for those of you that have been following along. For those of you that have not been following along, you can look at some of our previous videos. But we're making some nice progress here. All the sheathing and everything is on the roof. Most of the outside membrane is on. And we're hoping to get the rest of the trusses on the remaining portion of the house up this week. Our carpenter Chris has been doing a phenomenal job. He's been primarily working by himself. So he's built a good majority of this. The straw panels and everything were put up by a company called Rare Form, so they did have a crew to do the outside walls, and Chris was helping along with that. But I want to give him a good shout out because he is a fantastic carpenter. He's done such a nice job. And, we're progressing very nicely, but let's take a little look. So we're hoping to get some ice and water shield up on the roof sheathing, hopefully by the weekend, although the weather's looking a little bit iffy tomorrow. But it'd be nice to get that watertight before we get too many rainstorms. Now, we have had quite a bit of rain during the construction process. That was before the roof trusses were up and the roof sheathing. So this house has been pretty well protected. It's been doing a really good job. There's a membrane on the outside walls, which is a permeable membrane that will let moisture out but won't let moisture in. The same thing on the inside of the house. Take a little walk up in here. A little bit dark in here, but most of our walls are framed out on the first floor here. You can see it's a slightly different membrane on the inside. They've got all the seams taped. But one thing that you will notice, I don't know if you can see, but they have moisture measurements all around the home. They did these when they were here finishing up the straw panels on the second floor of the gable walls. And so they were checking the moisture levels, and with all the rain that we've had, it's done a fantastic job. They don't want to see any moisture levels above 20%. We're well below those. They're ranging anywhere from 8.5% to maybe 12.5% at the highest level throughout the entire home, even on the section here that's got no roof on it yet. So they're very satisfied, very happy with those. We're very happy with those measurements, but we'll be a lot happier when we have this place watertight and we don't have to worry about that anymore. Once we have this home weather tight, these moisture measurements will slowly go down, I'm sure. So, but there's nothing to be concerned about at this moment. So the membranes have been doing a great job, even exposed to the weather, and our straw panels have been staying really dry. So let's take a look and see what's going on down in the basement. Got all the walls framed out. And our temporary landing for the temporary stairs. You can see our moisture barrier on top of our foam here. One of the key things with this house is moisture and vapor control. This plastic moisture barrier actually extends all the way down. It goes underneath our slab, and then it runs continuously all the way up underneath the slabs on the upstairs where the portion of the house is on a slab type foundation. From there it runs over the top of the foundation, and then it connects to our breathable moisture barriers for our straw walls. So one of the key things is controlling moisture. That's going to help to make this home a lot more energy efficient. We've also had a separate crew on site today, and that's to build the barn. So that's going to be going up simultaneously. Behind me you can see some of the trusses and everything and materials up behind me for the barn build. But today they've laid out all the piers. This is a pole barn, and they've drilled the holes. We have a footing inspection tomorrow. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so hopefully that still goes as planned. And then we can get and start putting some poles up and everything here. One of the things that we are going to have to do is we are going to have to raise this whole site. So once the barn is put up, we're going to have to bring in about a foot of fill to get the grade where we want it, so that everything drains properly. But looks like they've got all the holes dug for the piers. One of our gable end trusses on the garage. Have some temporary stairs in so we can walk upstairs now. So the plastic here should go a long way to keeping this nice and dry up here. Last rainstorm we were getting rain in actually this window back here, and then of course it was running through the plywood and downstairs and everything. We had buckets up. I also swept a lot of it out and everything, and I put some temporary plastic up, but this is done a lot nicer. So we should be perfectly dry up here, hopefully during this next rainstorm. I was unable to get somebody to hay this year, so we've cut these fields down I want to encourage the more beneficial grasses to grow and less of the weeds. So I did cut down this entire field so far. I do have the next 2 fields cut. We got 1 more field to go, and then we'll wait until fall time to do a second cutting. Well, so that's where we're at this point here. Hopefully in a couple weeks we'll have a lot more progress to show you. Once those windows arrive, they'll be going in. The siding is already on site, and that'll go on, and this little farmhouse will start to look like something. So we appreciate you coming with us on our farmhouse journey. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments below. If you have not subscribed to our channel, we certainly would appreciate you subscribing to our channel. And as always, here on Sunny Side Up Farm, until next time, hope all your days are sunny side up.